Welcome back, everyone. We have an update from Can-Fite BioPharma, which trades on the New York Stock Exchange American under the symbol CANF and on the TASE under the symbol CANF. It's an advanced clinical stage drug development company with a platform technology that's designed to address multi-billion-dollar markets in the treatment of cancer, liver, and inflammatory disease. Please welcome COO and CFO Motti Farbstein. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again, and thank you for having me. And very happy to give a short update. Thank you.
Perfect.
Good. So I will run quickly over some few slides, and then I will get the questions. Just to remind you, we are in an advanced clinical stage company. We have small molecules drug to treat inflammatory and cancer indication. We have a robust clinical proof of concept from our phase 2 and phase 3 studies. The business model is to license out, and I will share the data about it. Since today we received $20 million undiluted money, and from these deals we should get, based on clinical development, $130 million more, and then double digits of royalties. We are traded dually at the Tel Aviv and New York Stock Exchange, and as of today, we have enough money for the next 18 months. We have a unique platform technology that we took from the university to the late stages of development. It's specific oral therapy for the diseased cells. You can see in the cartoon that we are treating our target is unique. It's the A3 adenosine receptor. It's a green spiral that you can find only on the pathological cells, but not on the normal cells. The pipeline drugs bind to the target. They are all small molecules, orally bioavailable drugs. We have proven efficacy and safety. As you can see, our drugs are targeted only to the pathological cells. So as of today, after we dosed more than 1,600 patients, we do know that we have very safe drugs. With the pipeline drugs, and I presented here before, so I'll give just a short update. So with the piclidenoson, following a successful phase 3 study, we just got the agreement of the FDA and before the EMA for our registration plan, and we are now busy tying all the knots to initiate the study that we need to do in order to register the drugs, and we will announce when we will initiate the studies. The namodenoson is our drug for liver cancer, pancreatic cancer, and NASH. Since then, we open, I think, almost all the sites globally that are involving in this study. The study is done in the US, Europe, and Israel, and we are treating 450 patients with interim analysis at the middle after 50% of the patients. The study is open, and we are enrolling patients to the study. We are preparing now a phase 2A for pancreatic cancer. I will talk about it later. It's a very promising program that we will start it in Israel, and in parallel, we are now submitting the IND to US, and we are going to open a site in the US. We have two programs in the preclinical stages. I don't want to waste too much time of it today. One is CF602 for erectile dysfunction, and one is for the cannabinoids. I will leave it for my next presentation. The business model is to license out, and you can see here that we have 7 companies that took the license or the registration rights to sell the drugs once they will be approved. You can see that we have a partner in Canada for psoriasis. We have 2 partners in Europe for a few countries, mainly the Eastern European countries. We have China and the territories, the company by the name of CMS that took it for all the indications. And we have also a very nice program with a company in Europe by the name of Biolix that took the piclidenoson for veterinary osteoarthritis market. They are doing all the development on their resources, and we will benefit from the sales. The typical, as I said before, we received it today $20 million. We should get from these deals $130 million before the double digits royalties. And I can tell you that based on the phase 3 in piclidenoson and psoriasis that was positive, and the fact that we initiated already the pivotal study for the liver cancer program, we are talking to more companies, and hopefully we'll be able to bring and sign more partnership deals and get undiluted money to the company. The data of the psoriasis, just to remind you, we compared our drug to Otezla and placebo. The primary endpoint was at week 16, and you can see that we had a significant results. The patient progressed linearly with an excellent safety profile, actually better than the Otezla. And as I told you, now we are busy to initiate the studies to register the drug. Here there is an interesting case of a liver cancer patient for one of our former clinical study. It's a patient, she's living till today. She's getting the drugs, I think as of today, 6.5 years, treating with namodenoson twice daily. This patient had a complete response and complete cleared of all cancer lesions. And other good that she have, and she basically back to normal and give us a lot of confidence for the liver and pancreatic study programs. And as of today, with the liver cancer pivotal phase 3 study, it's open for enrollment. We have an orphan drug designation in the US and the EU. We have a fast track designation in the US, and I'm not going to go over all the design of the study. I want to leave some time for questions. With the pancreatic cancer, based on the data of the liver cancer, the same mechanism of action. We done some preclinical study. You can see that we reached 90% of inhibition of the pancreatic cancer growth. As of today, we are preparing the phase 2A study, an open study, open label. It will start in Israel, and in parallel now we are submitting an IND to the US, and we will open a site in the US. So just the highlights, we have oral drugs with proven safety, efficacy in phase 2 and phase 3. We are monetizing the advanced portfolios through the corporate partnerships that I mentioned before. We have a novel therapeutic approach. It's not a me-too technology. We have an intellectual property portfolio with 15 patents family that cover the whole development and our drugs and indications. And as of today, we are financially well positioned, and we have money for the next 18 months. Thank you, Anna.
Great job. Okay, so you recently announced that the American Society of Clinical Oncology granted Can-Fite a prestigious award for your liver cancer drug. So can you tell us a little bit more about that and give us an update on that program?
Sure. I mentioned the liver cancer and the patient that had cleared from cancer. She was a patient in, I can say, terminal phases of liver cancer. We are treating patients who do not have any other alternative. All the drugs that are on the market, either they are for stages before, or the patients had to stop it mainly due to liver toxicity. And due to the safety of our drug, we are able to treat liver cancer patients. We were very happy from the award that we got from the association, and we are happy that we got the acknowledgement of the scientific society. I hope also that soon enough we will get also the appreciation of the market that will understand the importance of the liver cancer, psoriasis, and other programs that we have at hand.
And that same announcement pointed out that a patient in your phase 2 liver cancer study actually survived for 6 years and is cancer-free while being treated with namodenoson. That's astonishingly long and rare for this type of cancer. So tell us a little bit more about the compassionate use programs that allow for this treatment. And will these programs be available in more countries so that more patients can have access to this?
That's a good question. So as of today, we have an open compassionate use program in Romania, mainly to treat these patients. We have an open one in Israel, in one site where the physician can treat patients that he chooses with namodenoson. But as I told you, we opened the sites in the US, Europe, and Israel. And as of today, we do not plan to open more compassionate use program, but we prefer that the patient will join our clinical study and be part of the effort to develop the drugs.
And you also recently announced efficacy data on namodenoson in pancreatic cancer. That's a big killer as well. It looks like you'll be heading into phase 2 for that trial. Tell us a little bit more about that program, and where do you see namodenoson fitting into that pancreatic cancer treatment market?
Yeah, that's a good question. So with the pancreatic, we are going to treat patients who do not have any other alternative today. Patients who suffer from toxicity and cannot use it. It's going to be an open study at the beginning, meaning all the patients will be treated with namodenoson, no placebo or other treatment. We do think that with the safety that we know, it should be safe also for these patients. But to be honest, I cannot tell too much about the room of the drug in the market before we will have the first human data.
One of our viewers, Adam, wants to know, who's your closest competitor with your technology, and what drug makers' products are you going after?
So for the psoriasis, the biggest one, I think it's the Otezla. And it's also an oral drug. We compared our drug to Otezla. Our drug is much safer, which is very important for a chronic disease that the patient needs to take the same drug for many, many years. The Otezla can get the efficacy a little bit in a shorter period of time, maybe, but we will see it in our phase 3 studies. Again, with the liver cancer, as of today, for the patient that we are treating, there is no competitor that we know of that develop drugs for patients in late stages of liver cancer patients.
And last question due to time from Mike, are you white labeling the drugs, selling under your brand? And how many drugs do you currently have licensed?
So as of today, all our drugs are under development. We hope that the first drugs to be registered will be the piclidenoson for psoriasis and the namodenoson for liver cancer. It can take between 2 to 4 years. It's all depends on the enrollment rate and the data. We do not think that we will be the one who will sell it under our name. We think that with a good phase 3 data, we will be able to license it globally to one of the big pharmaceutical or biotech companies.
Well, Motti, thank you so much for this great update and this powerful work that you're doing. We'd love to have you back on the conference soon.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back with Kodiak Copper.